Okay. I'm gonna have this difficulty again. Hey everybody, just gonna get everything started up. As I wrote down, we're gonna start off with a seated meditation, and then I'll do some Budokon yoga, and then at the main part of the action, bunch of sequences, attack and block sequences from Shorinji Kempo, reviewing some of them that I've done in previous streams, and then adding some new ones on. Oh. Just about 5 minutes or so of immediate seated meditation. It's hard for you to take a seat like this. By all means, find a more comfortable seat for your meditation.
Let us open our eyes and prepare to bow in for our practice. Right hand followed by left. We bow close. This means patience in Japanese. Rising up, we draw the hands to the left. We bring the hands together with prayer, Namaste. Let us honor the light in one another. Let's release the hands to the knees, prepare for a spinal warm-up. So on the inhale, we're going to extend the spine and gaze up. Shoulders broad. Exhale, chin to chest, belly contracts, spine flexes. And again, inhale, gazing up, spine lengthens. Exhale, chin to chest, spine rounds. Inhale, gazing up, lengthening, shoulders broadening, chin to chest, spine flexes, belly contracts. Come to a neutral spinal position. Interlace the fingers, palms now press away from the body. Shoulder heads draw down, spine is long. Draw the hands back together and then up above the head, palms rising to the sky, shoulder heads drawing down the back. Now I'm going to release the hands and re-interlace the hands behind the back. Shoulders drawing wide, gaze drawing up, spine is long. Let's draw the hands to the right hip. Keep the spine long. Draw the elbows together, really opening up across the shoulders. Let's move to the left side. Again, shoulders broadening, elbows drawing together. Now release the hands. Let's draw them to the front of the mat and come up onto all fours. Step the knees back a bit, settle yourself in. We're going to lay back into child's pose. From here, we're going to move into rolling away from the knees, rising up, rolling vertebra to vertebra forward. Cobra hip forms, pelvis lowers, gaze rises. Chin to chest, cobra hood again forms, we press back, child's pose. And again, we roll forward, vertebra to vertebra.
So we're finished our seated meditation. We're doing the warm up with yoga.
Facing dog. Chin to chest, activate the belly, cobra hood forms, we roll back, child's pose. Rising up, rolling through the spine, pelvis lowers, gaze rises. Chin to chest, cobra hood forms, rolling back, sit bones to heels. And finally, we roll forward once more, vertebra to vertebra, rolling into upward facing dog. Chin to chest, we roll back, child's pose. From here, we're going to drop to a 4-point base, shoulder heads over the wrist, stepping back to plank or high push-up. Belly strong, spine is long, pressing back to downward facing dog. Let's take a moment, stretch the calves, pressing the heels into the floor opposite one another. Keep the spine long, the shoulder heads drawing down the back. Palms and hands rooting into the floor, fingers spread wide. From here, we prepare for rolling away. Rising up on the balls of the feet, we activate the belly, rolling vertebra to vertebra.
Sure the internet connection is still there. Good.
Finally ending up in a modified up-facing dog or floating up-facing dog. Chin to chest, rolling back, cobra hood, all the way peaking, heels finally lowering back into downward facing dog. And again, we rise. Belly contracts, spine rolls, cobra hood, shoulder heads drawing away from the ears. We lower the pelvis, modified up facing dog. Chin to chest, we rise with the belly, rolling back, heels to the floor. Stay with your natural breath. And again, heels rise, belly contracts, spine rolls, vertebra to vertebra forward. Shoulder heads right over the wrist as we lower the pelvis and come into upward facing dog. Chin to chest, cobra hood, rolling back, working the heels back to the floor. Heels rising, belly activating, spine rolling, vertebra to vertebra, cobra hood activating, pelvis low, modified up facing dog. Chin to chest, rolling back, heels to the floor. Let's lower the knees, settling back into child's pose for 3 breaths. Arms by the sides. Remember, This movement is not about quantity, it's about quality. Take the time to stop, rest when you need to, come back and practice again. From child's pose, we're going to walk the hands out in front of the body. Spread your fingers. Root the hands under the floor. Make sure the hands are shoulder width distance apart. We press up into plank and then finally back to downward facing dog. Draw the feet together, big toe joints touching. Take the right leg to the sky, neutral pelvis, diving point. Draw the heel to the sit bone, again roll in the spine, draw the knee towards the nose, hold cobra hood, and take it back to the sky. And once more, knee draws in, belly activates, cobra hood forms, and hold. And now back to the sky, full extension of the right leg. Right foot now draws back to the floor. Left leg draws to the sky, neutral pelvis, demi point. We begin roll forward into the cobra hood, hold, work the foot back to the sky, stay with your natural breath. And again, knee rolls forward, cobra hood forms, we hold, we take the foot back to the sky. And finally, left foot down next to right. Preparing for rolling lunges. Right leg now rises, neutral pelvis, demi point. As we roll the right knee to the outside of the right shoulder, placing the foot on the floor, pelvis lowers, gaze rises. We shift back, stretch for the front right hamstring, lowering the pelvis, we gaze up. We shift back, lengthen out the right leg. This time we shift into a neutral position, activate the cobra hood, rechamber the leg, and extension back to the sky. Right leg lowers to the floor, left leg now rises. As we roll the left knee to the outside of the left shoulder, we hold in cobra hood for just a moment, placing the foot on the floor, pelvis lowers, gaze rises. Let's shift back now, get a hamstring stretch out of that left leg. Shifting forward with the pelvis, gaze up, drawing back once more, lengthening that hamstring. Then we come into a neutral position. Activate the cobra hood, create space. Heel to sit bone, chamber the foot, take it back to the sky. Left leg draws to the floor, right leg rises. Roll the right knee to the outside of the right arm, placing the foot on the floor. Lower the left knee, flatten the left foot. Right hand faces right knee. Stack the shoulders on top of one another. Let the spine twist and open, gazing upward. Stay with the breath. Release this twist. Right hand to the floor. Foot curls under, left knee rises. And create the cobra hood, reaching over the right leg, extending it back to the sky. The right foot draws back to the floor. Left leg draws up to the sky. We roll the left knee to the outside of the left shoulder. Left foot steps down, right knee lowers, flattening the right foot. Left hand faces the left knee. Again, stacking the shoulders, twisting the spine, staying with the breath. As we release the left hand to the floor, the right toes will curl under, the right knee will rise. Cobra hood is activated. Left leg rechambers, extends back to the sky. Left foot now draws back to the floor. Right leg now draws to the sky. As we roll and lunge forward, right foot steps to the floor. As the left knee lowers to the floor, we flatten out the left foot. Take the elbows down, directly stack under the shoulder heads. This is a hip opening posture, so take a moment and breathe. We now draw the hands right under the shoulders. We curl the left toes under, lifting the left knee, cobra hood, rechambering the right leg, extension back to the sky, and finally the right foot draws down on the floor. The left leg rises, neutral pelvis, demi point, rolling lunge to the outside. Left foot steps down, the right knee lowers, right foot flattens, the elbows work their way to the floor as we get into the hip again. Stay with the breath, work through the posture. We walk the hands back under the shoulders. Right knee rises as we prepare for floating lunges. With floating lunges, you'll need to activate your cover hood and your core. Back leg pulses. As we rise, we float, exchanging the feet to the right side. And begin pulse and float to the left. Pulse and float to the right. Pulsing, we float, left side. And we pulse and float to the right. 2 more. Lowering, pulsing, floating left side, and finally we lower, we pulse right side, floating. Good. Let's walk the foot into the center line of the body. We're in a low lunge prepared for water wheel. The right arm extends overhead, back heel working towards the floor. Right hand draws back, left hand draws up, palm facing the sky. Rotating, right hand draws to the floor, left hand extends out over the head. Working the left hand back, right hand palm facing up. We rotate to the opposite side. Left hand to the floor, right hand extends overhead. Stay with the breath. The right hand draws back, the left hand rolls up, palm facing the sky. We rotate to the opposite side. Right hand facing, left hand extending. Right hand again draws up off the floor, palm facing the sky. We rotate. Left hand faces, right hand extends. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Feet come together. Right leg extends to the sky, preparing for dancing dog trek. Right knee rolls in as the left heel spins to the front of the mat. Right leg extends, left arm extends, dancer's bridge. Pelvis lowers, knee and elbow come together. Base, hold, rotate, right leg back to the sky. And again, we roll the knee in. Left heel rotates to the front. Right foot, left arm extend in opposite directions. Pelvis rises, dancer's bridge. Lowering down, pause. Rolling back, belly to the floor. Right leg extends back to the sky. Right foot draws to the floor. Left leg rises. Neutral pelvis to divvy point. As the knee draws in, the right heel rotates to the front of the mat. Full extension, dancer's bridge. Pelvis lowers down. Right elbow, left knee, holding for stability, rotating back to the floor, and left leg back to the sky. Rolling the knee in. Full extension, pelvis rises, stacking the shoulder over the wrist. Pelvis lowers, knee and elbow come together. Right hand takes the floor, left leg extends to the sky. With full extension, we draw the left foot back to the floor, preparing for full dancing dog. Right leg rises, neutral pelvis divvy point. Heel pulls the sit bone, pelvis opens, foot works down behind the body. Pelvis lowers now, reaching up, dancer's bridge. Pelvis will lower down, and again rise as we spill over, grabbing the ground. Right leg extends through, left hand reaches. Pelvis will again lower down. Hold for balance, rotating back to the floor. Right leg extends back to the sky. Right foot finds its way back to the floor. As the left rises, pelvis neutral, divvy point. Heel folds the sit bone. Foot works its way down behind the body. Pelvis rises, dancer's bridge. As we lower down again, we prepare to spill over. Left hand grabs the ground. Left leg goes all the way around and under, extending through. Dancer's bridge on the other side. Pelvis lowers, balance. Reaching for the floor, left leg extends back to the sky. And left foot lowering to the floor. Right leg rises. Heel folds the sit bone. Pelvis opens. Foot works behind the body, lowering, extending, reaching. And again, pelvis lowers and rises. Spilling over, right hand grabs the ground. Right leg works its way through. Full extension, dancer's bridge. Pelvis lowers, elbow and knee draw towards one another. Left hand takes the floor, right hip extends to the sky. Right foot draws to the floor. Left leg rises. Heel folds to sit bone. Pelvis opens up. Left foot works its way to the floor. You rise, dancer's bridge. Stay with your breath. Pelvis look. Right leg rises. Stepping into a low lunge. Left heel turns to the floor. Torso rises up. Hands come together for warrior one. Reaching above the head, spine is long. Elbows draw down as we shift forward over the right thigh. Left knee draws into chamber position. Full extension out to warrior three. Drawing the knee and elbows back together, we lift the torso, extending the left foot for front kick, demi-point neutral pelvis. Rechambering the leg, we shift forward.
So those are yoga parts. Just find your breath and then we'll get into some Shorinji Kempo. So as opposed to karate, which does a lot of blocks and particular stances, particularly low stances, I should say. Maybe it's best to keep that at the height that it was. Shorinji Kempo has more upright stance. So usually good old-fashioned karate is fairly deep and low. I guess that's probably why I wanted the camera down. So this is a front stance in karate. So in Shorinji Kempo, kind of halving that, bringing it up to there, and the back heel is up. And the reason they do this is so transitions are a lot easier from a more upright stance. However, when you step forward, you're only covering about half the distance compared to a larger displacement from old style, from karate. When they're moving, you're displacing about twice as much, but problem is it takes about twice as long to do that one step. So Shorinji Kempo is more upright, so half as long in length and half as long to do that particular step. So Shorinji Kempo is more upright for mobility wise. They value that more than mobility because they do a lot of interesting footwork. And with karate, big arm motions with their blocks. Whereas with Shorinji Kempo, 3 of the parries, there's an upright parry. Whereas the Japanese karate would have an upward block like that. I'm not going to worry too much about the upright parry, but what's more important, particularly more important, is their outward parry an inward parry. In karate, that would look much like this. Like I said, large arm movements. With Shorinji Kempo, we're up a little higher. And it's a quicker motion with an open hand parry for the outside part. And then coming back the other way, close the fist and use the flat of the arm. So, and the hand is kept here. It's not at the hip. Again, for quicker motions. But I'll just slow it down for illustration's sake. So we're not blocking over. We're not over blocking. We're just enough to cover the body. We're not stopping over here. Kind of stopping shoulder line with that parry. And lower parry, so not a karate downward block, but more open hand and covering the groin, not locking the arm out, but still doing that parry and angling the body. And a lot of the kicks that you'll see, a lot of the countering kicks don't go above waist height. They're not really in for, they're a more modern martial art and they're more concerned with effectiveness. So they're not going to be doing high kicks like in Taekwondo. So one of the sequences, someone's coming at a person and punching, stepping off that line of attack, and hitting with that vertical punch to the body. So regular karate would be stepping through, doing a long punch, ending up with the fist horizontal. In Shorinji Kempo, it's a vertical fist, and we're not locking that arm out. There's a micro bend to the elbow, and it's a lot more quicker. Hitting with that vertical fist. And that back heel lifts. So the first sequence, we're in our stance. Someone's coming in to punch. We're stepping off that line, stepping off that line of attack and hitting to the body with that vertical fist. So that's that outward parry. We're placing ourselves in a stronger position to counterattack, hitting perhaps their floating ribs. We kind of have that footworking pattern. So actually I'm going to do the 8 directions footwork pattern. That's kind of adopted. Shorinji Kempo doesn't use it, but just to illustrate some points of quickness. And there's my Ko-fi bot. If you do like what you see, please give me a coffee. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Helps me and I'm able to do more streams. So that 8 directions of movement. The first one from our regular fighting stance, and I'll do the side angle first so you can see. Someone's coming in to punch or kick, and we're stepping up with an empty-handed forearm block. At the same time, we're punching with that vertical fist. Instead of doing the separate karate thing, block and punch, we're coming up underneath that attack and hitting with that upwards arm parry. Boom. So number 1, we're always starting from that same position. So number 1, poof. Number 2, stepping back, downward palm block, stepping back, So the first one is a shuffle back down the palm, step back, stepping palm block, and kicking. So like I said, not kicking way high up. You could even kick to the shin from here, or 1, 2, kick to the body. So that's forward, that's back. Now you're coming in and countering. So that's the sides. And it's not, like I said, not a big arm block. We're just moving off that line of attack, covering our center line, and countering when we see that opening. That on the other side. So forward, back, to the sides. I'm going to do the diagonal and have that hand up in an open covering block. And that's going to be a shuffling step, getting ourselves off the line of attack, stepping forward, turning, punch to the back, grab, step out of the way, and throw them down, pull them from the back of their shoulders, because we moved out of their way. We've caused them to keel over by punching them in the back, grab their shoulders, step out of the way, and pull them backwards and down. Because if we just stood there, we'd be taking their body weight on us, and that's really dangerous, so don't do that. What we do on one side, we do on the other. Cover with a covering step, or with a crossover step, turn, block, punch, to lower back, grab, get ourselves out of the way, and pull them down. One more time. Just from a natural stance, you want to be as relaxed and fluid as possible. Crossover step, block, punch the lower back, grab their shoulders, step out of the way, and pull them off balance. And from there, you can do whatever counter you want to do. And from here, I come in diagonally, or parrying that, and you can either do front kick or grab onto their arm and round kick. So grab onto their arm, round kick, the other direction now, stepping back, parrying, front kick to the body, or grasping onto their attacking arm and round kick. And that's the 8 directions. So now we'll go back, review that Shorinji sequence, kind of inform us on what we're doing. The person's come in, stepping off, doing the empty-handed parry, and doing the vertical punch to the body. So that was the outward parry. This time we'll step to the other side, open-handed parry like that. And doing that punch to the body, that vertical fist punch. So we've done one side. Now we're doing the other side. When we're doing that counter, we're kind of sinking into our stance, twisting and punching, so it lands hard. A word on this, so we can add another extra to that. They're coming in, actually trying to move this forward first. They're coming, getting off that line of attack. The punching arm may be here, or the kicking leg's been here, so we're just going to add a quick flick to the eye, and then end with that punch. So the simpler version, just pin your leg to the ground there, flick to the eye. Sometimes you might even want to make slight contact. It's not so much the power of the strike, it's more to blind the eyes and then fit in that punch, because if you just did this and maybe they're going to be ready for it, but if you add that eye flick, increase your chances of success, and also the other way. So block, I guess this time instead of doing the eye flick, because it doesn't really, it's not so much of a natural motion, I'm going to palm strike, step in, and then middle punch. Go back to that original rendition, block, punch. So technique A, stepping off the line of attack, that open-handed parry with a fist and punch. Version B, block, palm strike, step in, punch, and we're always stepping back to get out of that area, because there might be friends that are joining in the fray, so we don't want to just stand there and take it. Get back into our guarding position. So we'll find that was the first two sequences. We'll find another sequence here. So this involves that lower hand parry, and then we're doing a countering kick. So he's coming in, punching, and we're doing a counter kick. So that parry can be mid-level or down. It's the idea that something's coming towards your midsection, we're knocking it out of the way either directly or downwards. Okay. And then we're countering with a kick instead of a punch this time. I'm coming from the back of the book. Hopefully I didn't lose my place. This is all brand new to me. I've never done this kind of sequence before, like exactly like this. And it looks like we're stepping back, kind of like the Taekwondo switch kick. So we're coming in, and we're doing that parry, kick, and stepping in again. So what I mean by switch kick in Taekwondo, they're doing the thing, and they'll often quickly switch their legs and counter kick, or switch to the legs, or at the same time also actually switch their legs, doing a hop and do a kick with the other leg. So they're hopping back with the front leg, hence why it's called switch kick. Boom, front kick, or round kick. It's kind of like that, but not quite what we're doing. You can see, so person's coming in and they're stepping down with the opposite hand, blocking that kick or punch. But it's not like karate, so it's not like block, boom. Karate wouldn't kick after a lower block like this anyway. They would open up the arm and kick instead of doing that parry, opening up for the leg and kick. So person's coming in, we're slipping back and kick. We'll try and do that a little more smoother now. We'll just work it down in parts. So they're coming in, We're stepping back, deflecting, kick. Do that a little more quicker. So that's how quick we want to do it. Is there command punch or kick, and we want to quickly get out of the way, get in an advantageous position off their line of attack, blocking the body, and counter kicking to the pelvis or the belly. So what that looks like from the front. Stepping back a little bit more. We want to make that displacement. We want to make that displacement as functional as possible. And off to the side. So. We'll do that a couple more times from the side. Hopefully this would work if you were wearing shoes on the outside. So they like to do blocks and evasions at the same time as opposed to block and punch separately on two different counts. It's going to be all at the same time. Instead of block, kick, and a lot of the time karate wouldn't be kicking off this front leg. Shorinji Kempo does it a lot. They don't kick high, and they do often kick off that front leg. I think that's good for now. Built up a bit of a sweat. We're at the 44-minute mark, so we'll find someone to raid. Actually, just a little bit of a correction because last time when I was showing you Shorinji Kempo sequence of going forward 3 and going back 3, because they fit. It's not really a kata, it's too short to be a kata, but they do a sequence of 3, so forward punch, hook punch. So they do 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3, and they keep this hand here up to guard when they're doing that hook punch, so they're not just doing a hook punch and leaving the chest open. So it's 1, and you're doing this off an angle. Then, after those 3 attacks, they do a sequence of 3 blocks. So, upward block that I was talking to you about, middle level block, and lower parry, opening up the hand so you're not kicking into your palm with your knee, but after that lower parry has done its job, reset, counter kick, and back to the sequence, back to the starting position. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, counter kick right away, and back. They do this because they do a lot of defenses against wrist grabs. So yeah, that was a final tidbit that I wanted to throw into for you. We'll continue more of that as we go along. As you can see, it's quite different. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy 420 today. Let's go find someone to raid. This bright light out of my face. I'm not going to raid someone else that's doing health and fitness. There's another person that's doing just chatting, Mura, that I just recently followed today. So we're going to go raid Mura. Mura's doing gaming. They were also watching some MRE reviews of military rations, portable military rations, earlier today. So we'll go raid Mura. Ah, okay. Mura's settings do not allow raids. I guess we'll go. See who else is doing fitness and health, I guess. So no weaponry today. However, that one sequence of attacks and blocks can be done with a short pole on the hands, but I'm not going to do that today. Just plain empty-handed today. Let's go to Miyaki Hozo. Miyaki Hozo is working out and hopefully doesn't have a block on raids like Mura did. Oh, underscore, that's why. Now, I don't know if Hozo's last name, family name means anything, but there is a school of Buddhist spear fighting called the Hozoin Ryu. So I don't know if Miyaki's family name has anything to do with that, or if it's just a last name and there's no significance, no relation to that particular school of spear fighting, that is. So this channel is intended for mature audiences. That's just the disclaimer, and we'll go and raid Miyaki Hozo. So today we did Budokon. We did a seated meditation for about 5 minutes. We did a warm-up with Budokon yoga, and then we moved into some Shorinji Kempo. And now we're going to go raid. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Like I said, happy Easter, happy 420, and we'll see you again in another couple days when I'm free from my regular work schedule. I had to go get some hydration because I'm sweating like crazy here.